Good evening and welcome to the campus of UW-Whitewater. I'm your host, Sam Matheny, and alongside me is my co-host, Matt Bruzis. Joining us in a moment is our special guest, Calahan Steed. But first, we ask you to please excuse our momentary interruption of sports from your regular daily schedule. Let's get right into it. The Los Angeles Lakers are coming off a big championship season, which resulted in giving LeBron James his 4th championship ring. However, the NBA has some young, up-and-coming teams like the Denver Nuggets, and some well-established teams getting healthy, like the Golden State Warriors, who are knocking on the Lakers' door. Guys, who do you think poses the biggest threat to dethrone the Lakers next season?
I think that the Denver Nuggets and Golden State Warriors are going to be the favorites, but teams like the Dallas Mavericks and Los Angeles Clippers and Houston Rockets are going to get overlooked because of the star power that the Nuggets and how far they went in the playoffs. But I honestly think that the Lakers are poised to make a deep run again next season because they got LeBron James, and AD is poised to re-sign again with the Lakers again this offseason. And I think they have the role players like KCP and Rajon Rondo to make another deep run if they do choose to stay with Los Angeles.
Yeah, I agree as well, too. I believe that the Los Angeles Lakers are going to be the team to beat coming out of the West. They are the defending NBA champions. They have 2 top 5 players in the league in LeBron James and Anthony Davis. And I believe that when you have those 2 kinds of players on your roster, you can put anyone really else besides them, and you're a threat to win a championship anytime. So I have the Lakers coming out of the West.
It will be the Golden State Warriors. Guys, it's simple. Stop making it complicated. There has never, and I repeat, ever been a more dominant duo in the backcourt than Stephen Curry and Klay Thompson. Plus, they have a high draft pick, and I just think it's over. They're going to dethrone the Lakers next season.
Yeah, but I also think that with Anthony Davis likely to return to the Lakers, he's going to be that two-way guard where he can guard down in the paint and also come out and guard shooters like Klay and Steph. He's going to be a dominant defender, and when the Warriors do meet up with the Lakers, I think that'll be a matchup to watch. I think Anthony Davis and LeBron James are going to be poised on the defensive end to go out and compete and want to beat the Warriors.
Well, you also have to remember as well, too, when LeBron James was playing on that Cleveland Cavaliers squad, he took the Golden State Warriors, a team that also had Kevin Durant on that squad as well, too. Granted, they got swept, but I mean, in 2 of those games, LeBron basically put up a pretty huge fight with just himself. And you add Anthony Davis to that mix to ease some of the tension a little bit off the shoulders of LeBron, and you won't have to worry about, J.R. Smith running out the clock again, hopefully. But I think, when you add that piece, that's going to make beating the Warriors just that much easier for LeBron James.
I agree that LeBron James and Anthony Davis did do well, really, really well together last season. But I think it comes down to this. It comes down to the system and how long they've been in that system. I still don't think the Lakers coach is as ready to take on a team like the Warriors. I think there was just so many injuries for that Warriors team last season, and that's why Golden State wasn't in the playoffs to begin with.
Yeah, and I think that is going to be a good point. They're going to be well rested. They got enough depth because of the guys who are going to be able to get the experience. But I think LeBron James does have the more experience, and I think he's going to be poised to make another deep run. He's going to want to make sure that he beats the Golden State Warriors because of all the hype they're going to get.
Next up, we'll discuss quarterback trouble out east. We'll be right back. Please excuse this commercial break.
Warhawks know what it takes to become champions. At the University of Wisconsin-Whitewater, our student athletes pursue excellence with a determination that inspires everyone on campus. Warhawks are smart. Warhawks are strong. Warhawks value service. We prepare our student athletes for life after college. The University of Wisconsin-Whitewater. Come be part of the Warhawk family.
As an Army ROTC cadet at Whitewater, you have the opportunity to develop into a great leader while learning and applying the Army values to your everyday life. Within ROTC, you have the chance to travel overseas in the CULP program to train with other militaries, attend many elite Army schools such as Airborne and Combat Diver, and you have the opportunity to attend conferences and guest lectures by some of the Army's top-ranking officers. Our Warhawk cadets participate in many extracurricular activities, Division III sports, Greek life, intramural sports, among many other team building and community service events. Being a cadet at Whitewater is more than just being part of the Army. It's also about being active members in our community and coming together to form a family atmosphere. Anyone who wants to be a part of something bigger than themselves while developing themselves professionally should consider UW-Whitewater ROTC. To sign up for UW-Whitewater ROTC, go to the 4th floor of McCutcheon Hall to room 417.
Hey everyone, and welcome to the quarantine edition of Inside Warhawk Football. I'm your host, Sammy Huggins, and alongside me is head football coach Kevin Bowles. Coach, how are you doing today?
Fantastic, Sammy.
The weather could not have been more perfect for November in Wisconsin. You know, we had the 70-degree week. Now it's finally getting a little cloudy, but it's been pretty sunny. How has that changed practices since normally in November we kind of have snow?
Well, I mean, it's been really fortunate because, I mean, as we've talked about before, early October we started our practice routines, the split practices, and our goal was to get 15 practices in because we look at this as a developmental off-season is the way we look at that. And so you don't do all the practices, but our goal was to do it in that October window. October extended into November in the past weeks, and that allowed us to really not have any conflicts regarding lightning. Lightning is actually the biggest issue for us when it comes down to not being able to practice outdoors or extreme, wind chill. And so, yeah, it's been really great. It's been outstanding practice weather for us and hasn't altered anything that we needed to do.
So the other coaches, have you been in contact with them, like the big players in our WEAC, Oshkosh, Platteville? Do you know what they're doing? Are they doing drills? Are they continuing to keep the guys loose like you are so that in case you guys really do have a season next spring, they're ready to go just like the Warhawks? Or have you not been in much contact with them?
I haven't had a lot of contact, to be quite candid with you, Sammy. I mean, been so focused on our guys and what we had to do in getting ready for our practices and our processes. The little contact that I have had, yeah, people are working with their players. Different phases, different ways, because there's no book written on this one. There's no pandemic book for football coaches, or at least there's no chapters on it. And I guess we're writing that right now individually and collectively in how we're all managing that. So I know different schools in our conference are working with their young men. The definition of what working means is really varying from institution to institution.
Well, thank you for being here today, Coach, and I look forward to seeing you next week.
We'll see you next week, Sammy.
That was the quarantine edition of Inside Warhawk Football on UWW-TV.
Welcome back to Please Excuse our momentary interruption of sports from your regular daily schedule. After being drafted by the Philadelphia Eagles in the first round in 2016, Carson Wentz has shown flashes of greatness. However, he has struggled to stay healthy throughout his career with a season-ending ACL injury to his left knee, and this year he's struggling to get wins for the Eagles. The Eagles drafted dual-threat quarterback Jalen Hurts in the 2020 draft. Guys, who do you think it's time to turn the football over to, the rookie quarterback or Carson Wentz?
Well, I believe that Carson Wentz should remain the starter of the Eagles. They are 3-4, and can't forget that tie, of course, against the Bengals. But they are 3-4. They have won, and they have the chance to win the NFC East as well too. So I think a quarterback change wouldn't be the best opportunity to do it when you're in the middle of a championship hunt. However, I do believe Jalen Hurts. I mean, you have him drafted in the second round. The offense is clearly lacking a spark. I would put Jalen Hurts in the game more. Kind of use him in a way that like the Saints like to use Taysom Hill. Let him, maybe carry the ball a little bit. Let him throw the ball. He's got more speed than Wentz. Maybe that'll be the spark that the Eagles offense needs to fly.
Yeah, I would agree with that, but I think Jalen Hurts is best used for his run ability, and we don't know if he can be that pure pocket passer and stay in this league for a long time. We see it like Cam Newton, where he's going to have the first option be his legs and not his throwing ability. We don't know that because he hasn't had a lot of snaps. In their last game against the Cowboys, Doug Peterson put in Jalen Hurts on the 1-yard line, and the offense wasn't ready, and they got a false start, and he then went out of the game. that's for a 5-yard penalty. So I think that Jalen Hurts only messes up the timing with this Eagles offense, and Carson Wentz should stay there.
No, that's where I'm going to cut you off, Matt, because that's not even true. Jalen Hurts, in this collegiate career, he had a lot of great passing stats, too. You look at what he did at Alabama. You look at what he did at Oklahoma. Yes, he had over 1,000 rushing yards for the Sooners, but at the same time, he had over 3,500 passing yards, which is better than what most quarterbacks in the NFL do themselves. Also, in relation to Carson Wentz, he's washed up. Not even washed up. He hasn't even been good. He's had one freaking season. I think that this guy needs a new hobby. He needs to go back to North Dakota State University where he belongs. And I think that the biggest thing for him is that he's got 2 academic All-Americans and a 4.0 coming out of college. Get a new hobby.
Yeah, but I also would disagree. Like, how can you compare the NFL stats to college stats? How can you compare Jalen Hurts' stats and coming into the NFL? They drafted him in the 2nd round because he's a project. They're going to work on him, and I don't think you can't give Carson Wentz a 4-year, $128 million contract, $32 million per year, and just have him sit on the bench and have Jalen Hurts come in and take his spot. I think you have to roll with. You have to roll with Carson Wentz until Jalen Hurts proves that he can be a starter in the National Football League.
Dude, he's literally been to the college football playoff 3 times in his career. I still don't understand. But what were you going to say, Cal?
Cool, and he got blown out in what, I believe 2 of those games as well, too. I mean, don't get me wrong. I like Jalen Hurts. It's his potential, but right now you still have to stick with Wentz as the starter. I mean, as was stated before, he did have that big contract extension, and so basically I feel like when you pay that quarterback a lot of money, you're basically going to have to do everything possible to prove why you aren't the starter. And I do believe that Wentz hasn't proved why he isn't remain the starter just yet.
Next up, we're going to discuss one of NASCAR's greats. After that, we'll discuss our predictions for the week. Please excuse this commercial break.
Here at UW Whitewater Sports, we have a motto: a sport for everyone and everyone in a sport.
Stepped it anyways. Oh, she brought that off, and they're going to count it.
Had a blast. Always have fun at intramurals.
Every day we strive to go above and beyond that goal by providing healthy exercise, promoting leisure education, and giving students that competitive atmosphere they are looking for.
Yes! Yes!
It's exciting. Brings me back to those high school days with Friday Night Lights.
With our 25 different intramural sports offered, we guarantee that we have a sport for you. Go to our website and find your sport today.
The UC can get you connected to all your basic needs. Grab a coffee and a meal. Study by the fireplace. Bowl, play, and relax when you want a break from homework. The UC has much more to offer to Whitewater students. Go to the UC's website to see what's going on this week.
UWW-TV has been an important part of the campus and community since 1980.
Not only providing on-air learning opportunities for broadcast journalists and electronic media production students,
but educating and entertaining our audiences with award-winning news, live sports coverage, original programming,
as well as dedicating the mission to developing creative collaborations throughout campus.
For more information, visit our website, our 24/7 stream, and like us on Facebook.
Check us out because you gotta see what's on UWW-TV.
Video One Media Services provides accomplished students the opportunity to enhance their college experience by working with real-world clients. In addition, we provide clients local and affordable video options to better enhance their media needs. For more information on how Video One Media Services can help you with your next media project, email or call our office at 262-472-5659.
Hello, I'm Dominic Ottens, and this is your UWW-TV Sports Update. After a 34-17 victory over the 49ers last Thursday night, Green Bay Packers remain in first place of the NFC North at 6-2. The Packers will play at home Sunday against Jacksonville. Chicago Bears fell to the Tennessee Titans 24-17 on Sunday. Now at 5-3, the Bears will play at home against the Minnesota Vikings on Monday Night Football. The Minnesota Vikings defeated the Detroit Lions 34-20 on Sunday to move to 3-5 on the season. The Lions and Vikings are now tied for third place in the division. And we'll have more sports for you right after this.
Turn us on. Flip them off. 91.7 WSUW. 91.7 is a student-run radio station serving the Whitewater area with a variety of original programs, live sports broadcasting, community events, and more. So turn us on. 91.7 FM or stream us live at 917theedge.com.
Northwestern football team beat Nebraska 21-13 and moved to 3-0 on the season. They are now in first place in the Big Ten West Division and travel to Purdue Saturday night. The Wisconsin Badgers football team will get back on the field Saturday night as they play at Michigan. The Badgers are still looking to make a Big Ten championship run this season. The men's basketball AP Top 25 preseason rankings were released with Gonzaga coming in at number 1. The Big Ten features 7 teams inside the top 25, with Michigan, Rutgers, Ohio State, Michigan State, Illinois, Iowa, and Wisconsin. For more updates, stay tuned to UWW-TV. Check us out at uwwtv.org or tune into our 24-hour stream service at reslife.uww.edu/stream. I'm Dominic Ottens, and this has been your sports update on UWW-TV.
Welcome back to Please Excuse our momentary interruption of sports from your regular daily schedule. After announcing he was going to retire, Jimmy Johnson competed in his last NASCAR race Sunday, where he took 5th place in Phoenix. He had one of the most covered careers in racing due to his 7 championships and 83 career wins. Where do you guys think he fits among the Hall of Famers in NASCAR?
I think he's up there with the greats like Richard Petty and Dale Earnhardt Sr. He has been one of the most competitive racers for his generation of racers. I grew up watching Jimmy Johnson and looking at all of his races and his wins. He's 6th all-time in career wins. He's been one of the backbones for the past 20 years he's been racing, and he's been doing it at a high level. When the competition has been at its highest, he's been at his best, and he's been winning races for a long time. And he's going to be a first ballot Hall of Famer.
Definitely going to miss him racing in the sport. Unfortunately, definitely would have made the playoffs this year. Unfortunately, he had the positive test due to COVID. Jimmy Johnson, in my opinion, you can definitely put him in the top 3 as well, too. Like stated earlier, I would also have Richard Petty as my second highest rated driver. But for me, Dale Earnhardt Sr., the man in black, the Intimidator, you got to put him number 1. 7 career championships, and what he did for the sport, absolutely transcending the sport. Fortunately taken from us way too soon, but we all knew you didn't want to see that black number 3 car in your rearview mirror when there are a couple laps to go, because the only thing you would be seeing then is the fence at that point. And so for me, Dale Earnhardt Sr., absolutely number 1 driver in NASCAR.
I disagree. I think that's because the most dominant racer we've ever seen in the history of the sport has to be Jimmy Johnson. He literally won 5 years in a row for the NASCAR Cup playoffs. I think that's humongous in terms of the sport, because when you're a little kid growing up, like especially when I was younger, when I was growing up, I would watch all those races and it'd just be him winning every time. So I don't know how you can't say he's the most dominant.
Yeah, and to your point, Cal, I think Dale Earnhardt Sr. went for 27 years. Jimmy Johnson's got 20 years. So you can kind of put them in similar categories. Dale Earnhardt Sr.'s got 76 wins, 281 top 5 wins, and 428 top 10 victories, which is a pretty remarkable feat to accomplish. But Jimmy Johnson's right behind him, and I think that he would be in the top 3.
Unfortunately, I think that, Earnhardt Sr.'s career cut a little bit short. Who knows how many more championships he would have wrapped up, but 2 great drivers in my opinion.
Next up, we'll have our predictions for the biggest matches this week. We'll be right back after the break.
What does it mean to be a Warhawk?
It means allowing myself to dream big and think outside the box.
Pushing the limits of what I think is possible.
Seeing ideas through from start to finish.
Collaborating with professors and peers.
And seizing opportunities in the community to put my knowledge to use.
I'm studying abroad,
learning another language,
and listening to the stories of others.
I'm making lifelong friends and fearlessly sharing my gifts with the world.
As a Warhawk, I stay balanced,
take great care of myself,
and get out of my comfort zone.
I refuse to let the past determine my future.
And I'm taking confident steps in the direction of my dreams.
Sometimes it doesn't make sense.
And other times it couldn't be more exciting.
But I will keep my goals in mind
and never quit.
Because
that's the Warhawk way.
Turn us on. Flip them off. 91.7 WSUW. 91.7 is a student-run radio station serving the Whitewater area with a variety of original programs, live sports broadcasting, community events, and more. So turn us on 91.7 FM or stream us live at 917theedge.com.
It has been taking away our potential for decades, but since 2009, campuses nationwide are becoming tobacco-free. Tobacco has been eliminated from bars, restaurants, and many other public places. Why should our schools be any different? For more information, visit the Ambrose Health Center.
UW Whitewater Athletics, a relentless pursuit of excellence across 22 sports, powered by a tradition of success. 20 national championships, 17 since 2002. 61 individual national titles. 24 National Athletes of the Year. 616 All-Americans. 115 Conference Scholar Athletes of the Year. 1,500 community service hours annually. Be a part of the tradition and join the Warhawk family.
Welcome to the University Bookstore. The University Bookstore provides students with the opportunity to purchase apparel, gift items, textbooks, snacks, supplies, and other necessities right here on campus. The bookstore is also home to textbook rental, where you can find many of your required textbooks. Our friendly staff always goes the extra mile to provide customers with a quick and pleasant experience. Visit the bookstore today to find great deals on everything you need to succeed as a Warhawk.
Welcome back to the show. Now we're going to give our predictions for the biggest sports events this weekend. Two young stars face off on Sunday. Josh Allen and the Buffalo Bills take on Kyler Murray and the Arizona Cardinals. Which young star do you think will come out on top?
Well, I'm going to take the Arizona Cardinals, led by Kyler Murray. Kyler Murray is starting to turn into one of my favorite players to watch in the National Football League. His ability to scramble, but yet also be able to complete passes down the field. Really enjoy watching him play. Josh Allen right now is just kind of a hit or miss for me. He's kind of like getting fast food at 2 in the morning. You don't know what you're going to get with him. Sometimes it's going to turn out to be a great purchase. Other times you wonder, why did I even bother buying this? But anyway, Josh Allen right now, too inconsistent for me. I like Kyler Murray and his ability to scramble, so I'm going to take the Arizona Cardinals.
Yeah, I'm going to agree with you, Cal. I think the Arizona Cardinals come back and bounce back after that loss against Miami. They lost on a missed field goal. They thought they won, thought it was good, but Kyler Murray said in his post-game press conference that they need to be better, need to execute better, and it's scary to think that Kyler Murray can be better. I think that he is prone to come up big in the big games, and I think this has big game feel all over it. It'll be a shootout. I think the Arizona Cardinals come out on top.
I'm going to go with the Buffalo Bills this one. They just manhandled the crap out of the Seahawks last week, and damn, did it look good. That was like a pound cake you see from the grocery store. I just loved it. But yeah, I have the Bills. In terms of college football, we have Wisconsin Badgers and the Michigan Wolverines. Who do you have?
Well, I'm going to take my Wisconsin Badgers, of course. I will always ride and die with them. If this game was being played in front of a big packed stadium at the big house, I'd be a little bit more concerned. Jim Harbaugh, however, does not show up when it's the big game. So therefore, I will take Wisconsin, whether they are led by Graham Mertz coming back from COVID, Chase Wolf if he's back from COVID, or Danny Vandenboom, our one quarterback not on the COVID list. It doesn't matter who they have. Even I would take Alex Hornibrook right now to beat the Wolverines.
Yeah, I'm going to go with Wisconsin. I think that Wolverines they don't look good this year, but I do think that if Graham Mertz doesn't play, it's going to be close, but I think Wisconsin takes it.
That'll do it for us here tonight. Thank you for watching, and tune in next time to hear more hot takes all around the world of sports. This has been Please Excuse Our Momentary Interruption of Sports from your regular daily schedule on UWW-TV.